Spring equinox, equal day, equal night. It's when the sun is on the equator, and it is creating a new angle of light that all the plant life are responding to, and the creative magic that happens between the sun and the earth is happening right now. I had the whole plan to work and do something later, and I was like, no, this is a very special time. It's a moment in time, and it is a shift in time, and it is a shift in the light. Kitty has just gotten super chatty, of course. He's on the walk with me. He's very excited to come. So yeah, the light is shifting. It is moving towards a greater light. So it's the resurrection of the sun. The sun can be, looked at as, in these old books, the holy books, as Jesus on a path. And it had died, it was crucified at Capricorn, and now is resurrected in this moment of equinox. This is when we begin Aries season. And Aries is represented in the body by the head and the spinal cord. So it rules the nerves of the brain and the lower jaw. So Aries, those who are Aries sun, you may burn through this particular mineral, which is potassium. It's caliphos in the cell salt, as the cell salt of caliphos, which is potassium phosphate, I believe. And it's interesting, if you don't have enough of this mineral and you're an Aries, you may have a lot of issues with headaches and clenching of your jaw, which, of course, our modern dentistry tries to fix with putting more plastic in your mouth, which is weird, when it actually could be a mineral deficiency that's making you clench. I've known some Aries that they crack crowns in their sleep with a mouth guard, because that's how intense it can be for Aries with the jaw and the head. And the nerves and the glands. Well, the glands in the head are like really super important, because it's regulating our whole entire system through these glands. So Aries plays a big role in embryology. The first thing to form in a baby is the cerebrum and the spinal cord. This is what comes first. And it's interesting because Aries, in terms of the Constitution, wants to be first and wants to win. So there's an interesting connection there with representing the head, which we lead with the head, and we, all the ideas come forward and then action follows. It's ruled by Mars, and Mars is this electric fire. So the potassium also creates that fire in the body. And we are these electrical systems. We are like a battery. We have water mixes with minerals, and then we have the nerves. We get the energy from the sun, and that fuels this system. So I'm really feeling the results of following the cycles as we transition out of winter into spring, into fall, into summer. It's all very like when you start to align yourself with these systems that never change, that you actually put yourself in a flow state of this reality, and you're not fighting the energies because you understand, oh, this time is for this. So, like, for example, I just took time out of, I made this big plan today, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have to do that. I'm the boss. I can, finish whatever I need to do by Monday, and it's not that big of a deal. And then acknowledge this moment right here as a portal moment. This is the moment to take advantage of the energy. And if you just let it pass, well, then it becomes a missed opportunity. So this is, also a time where governments use this energy as well to begin warring. So it's very classic if you look at when wars have started. They use the momentum of Aries to begin things that they want to begin, which is usually against humanity. So it's important to understand that astrology is a science. It is one of the noble sciences. It was very much and is very much understood as a series of cycles and phases to work with. So in looking at the path of the sun and the moon have a very specific path they make. Every year you can count on the sun and the equinox to be in a certain place. It aligns with stones that were placed all over this realm. It aligns, and you can count on it. You can count on the sun, you can count on the moon. There are those in this reality that don't want us to trust in any part of any aspect of nature. They don't want us trusting. And you could say that's a conspiracy or whatever, but it's not. It's reality. They don't want us trusting in this reality. And one thing you can count on is the sun this time of year is going to be in the same place as it was last year. Now they move things around on the Gregorian calendars. They're always, equinox was yesterday. It's actually today, technically. So, there's ways that they shift things around, full moons, new moons. They say new moons are actually the dark moon phase, and really they're the first crescent. That's when the new moon begins, because 14 days after is the full moon. So you can count on these cycles, and when you start working with them, you understand the patterns. When you understand patterns, then you cannot be fooled because you understand the cyclical nature of things. So this is something I'm working on, creating a course in which we would follow through each season, working with the sun and the moon and the energies to help align ourselves with the elements and the nature spirits. and all of the unseen that are here to help us and support us. Happy Aries season.